Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with Kahhori and her introduction into Marvel Strike Force. So she's officially joining now as part of the first member here for the Absolute A-Force team. She's going to be a meta changer in terms of war, if that's a game mode that you guys prioritize. But as well, we'll be taking a look at her kit and taking a look at what the ISO-8 possibilities will be for her kit overall. I do want to point out real quickly, though, hopefully you guys haven't done this yet, but remember, you can actually open the 7 red stars for her if you've built that up, and that's just located in the red star orbs here. And the reason I bring this up is because we do see that her red stars are available to be purchased here. So make sure you don't waste any of your snow globes purchasing her. It's checked off here because we've already unlocked the 7 red on her. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. Having said that, okay, without further ado, let's take a look at her kit and what she's going to be bringing to the table in terms of her synergy with the rest of the Absolute A-Force team. So Sky Blast is her first basic ability here. You can see she's going to be attacking the primary target for piercing, as well as a percentage of their max HP, which is pretty notable, right? If the primary target's minion, it's only going to be 30%, so a little bit scaled down. When forced to attack an ally as well, she's also going to be dealing less damage, so that way she's not going to be used against, obviously, her Absolute A-Force team. And as well, she does not flip positive effects or any negative effects and does not apply exposure, which gives us a little bit of a hint of what her kit's going to be giving us, right? There's Drain getting added as well. She prolongs the duration of positive effects when this ability is used. She also flips. So honestly, just doing a bit of everything here. And this is a basic ability. If the primary target does have exposure, she's also going to be applying blind. If they don't have any positive effects, she's going to be applying exposure. So this is where you want to be capitalizing her on a basic, so that way she can actually apply the exposure. Very, very important mechanic there. In war, she's also going to be flipping all positive effects into negative. So that's where you want to get them added value there, of course. And then I do believe, with the T4 upgrade here, she's going to be applying charges up to a maximum of 3 times to her Absolute A-Force team. And then as well with them having the most HP. So this is going to be important to obviously see how that, translates to the synergy of the rest of the other A-Force members. Step of the Wind special ability, or attacking all enemies for piercing damage in addition to drain. And this attack actually deals double damage to enemies that have Safeguard. So again, now Safeguard kind of working against them when they do have it. This also applies bleed to all enemies, and as well in war, this attack cannot be blocked, dodged, or counterattacked. As we level this ability up, she's going to be flipping positives once again to negatives, offense down, heal blocks, more bleeds, more flipping of positives, and once again, this exposure mechanic coming in, and this time it's going to be applying to all support enemies, redistributing total HP between herself and Absolute A4 allies. And then with the T4 upgrade, she's going to be clearing the barrier as well on all enemies. In addition to that, trauma is also going to get stricken on them. And what I love about all these effects that I've just read is that this is applying beyond war as well. That's why she's going to be a very dangerous plug-and-play character. We have Ancient Power being her ultimate ability, attacking primary and adjacent targets for piercing damage once again. There's going to be defense down, heal block, and as well additional damage, the double when there's no safeguard. When there is safeguard actually on them. So kind of double edge for them, right? Whenever they have that protection now. Disruption is also going to apply. Additionally, this attack also has trauma, defense down, heal block, disruption. And then finally, actually even giving her speed bar and the trauma lasting 2 full turns. So honestly, I almost feel like you have to upgrade everything to get the most out of her. But she's going to be a plug-and-play juggernaut across different multitude of teams. And especially if you, obviously use this team for war, they're going to get the most benefit. And then lastly, New World Protector. On spawn, after all other characters on spawn effects, she's going to be filling up her speed bar by 100%. So even though they spawn with their effects, she's probably going to likely go first with that speed bar being 100%. She's attacking the enemy controller with the highest focus for piercing damage. In addition, once again, that exposure mechanic coming in. While this character does have above 50%, she cannot gain slow. The focus and damage of this character cannot be reduced by offense down. And then as well, enemies with exposure have their revive chance lowered by 100%. So basically, anybody that gets marked, they're not going to be able to come back with this ability. In war, she's lowering the assist chance for enemies with exposure by 100%. They cannot barrier themselves, and as well, they cannot gain charges or stealth. So it's just completely crushing and pushing down enemies in war. And then lastly, she also gains the additional speed bar by 100% here with additional piercing. So this passive is definitely the one that you may want to consider holding back on upgrading if you don't use her in war, because you can see almost every single upgrade here does relate to war, so you can save a little bit there. But otherwise, I would highly recommend upgrading everything on Kahhori, just because she brings so much to the table as a plug and play character. She's absolutely god tier right now, so that's why I'm on the fence, guys. I'm on the fence right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to use power cores yet. I really want to, because my goodness, she's definitely a character worth it, to be honest. Just what she's going to be bringing from a plug and play aspect. I need to see the rest of the team. I need to see how they kind of fit in the grand scheme of the game before I do. And I also want to see what kind of release event's going to be looking like for Kahhori, and that's kind of why I'm holding back on that. But there are a couple of things I can see in terms of ISO-8 potential, just based on the different multitudes of her kit. First and foremost, because she has a lot of piercing and she does damage across the board, a Raider ISO-8 would make sense. She's applying vulnerables, she's applying exposures, she's doing additional damage with, you know, the critting component of the piercing, so that's gonna be massive. I can also see her being placed in as a striker, because with the striker mechanic here, she can actually utilize her exposure a bit more. And then again, because I wonder if this is going to kick in, right? If she attacks someone that already that does not have exposure, she's going to apply the exposure, and then would she just go back again to apply the blind? If that mechanic works the way that I just said, striker might be the obvious one, because that way you can ensure that you get exposure and blind all in the same attack. So that is going to be very interesting to see if it works like that, especially with her basic. Either way, Raider and as well as striker ISO-8s are going to be the strong options for her. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it, guys. Regardless if I use power cores or not, this is definitely an exciting character to see in Marvel Strike Force, and to see how that's going to synergize with the rest of the Absolute A-Force team. So yeah, if you guys do use power cores, good luck in the orb openings. Good luck with earning character shards for her, as well as let me know what your game plan is, what your thoughts are on her, and whether or not you're be proceeding with that. But either way, it's gonna be interesting to see how they shake up the meta of war. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.